We're at Sid Bigg Park here as Mudgeeraba look to get all 3 points against Burleigh Heads in this fixture here. Obviously, Burleigh Heads, the league leaders. Mudgeeraba know it'll be a tough task here to get anything out of this game. However, they do come into the match full of confidence after their dominant display against Tweed United last week. Jamie Boland's side have come leaps and bounds this season from the early periods. Colin Phelan's men, on the other hand, they know that a win here will set them up great overnight to put a bit of pressure on the surface there, as they're probably the only ones that can challenge them for a league title this season, unless a calamitous display in the third round will stop the Bulldogs here. But nevertheless, they'll be raring to go as, again, we honour the late Cheryl Southwood, Pacific Pines president. Her contributions to football were second to none, as both sides here in the minute silence showing their respects for Cheryl here. And we're about to get underway here at Sid Bigg Park in this late kickoff, and what is sure to be a great game between two sides eager to get points for a lot of different reasons. And Burleigh did start, obviously, the better of the two teams, getting on the score sheet early. Dave Mutch chiming in there with a great leaping header over the Mudgeeraba defence. He is one of the best players in the air, if not the best on the Gold Coast. And he showed that here, out jumping not only the keeper, but three defenders here to turn the ball into the back of the net for the Bulldogs and give them 1-0 lead. And they continue to press here, did the Bulldogs, and try to get another set piece there. Mutch causing a lot of problems. Kondo from a free kick, rocketing his shot into the post. If that went in, maybe a goal of the year contender, just in the way how he hit that ball and all the rest of it. He had another opportunity actually shortly after that just deflected wide of the post here for Burleigh as they continue to press and continue to create some opportunities. Again, that man, Dave Mutch, out jumping the Mudgeeraba defence once again to get on the score sheet for the second time. And I would have thought at this stage that he'd be fancy a hat-trick here, all from the head, mind you, the way he is in the air and the way he was dominating the Mudgeeraba defence here in the opening exchanges of the match. Again, Burleigh getting in behind quite frequently from the wide positions and a lot of chances coming their way. Great save there by Joy York, denying Mutch his first half hat-trick. A strong hand there down to his left. Again, Colin Phelan was quite impressed with the performance here of his side in the first half as they took a 2-0 lead going into the break, and it was probably much the same here in the second half for the Bulldogs. A lot of creation here, going through Matt Hilton more in the second half, I thought, than they did in the first half. Again, Brodie Smith there having a great opportunity to get on the score sheet. It wasn't to be. Again, Mudgeeraba didn't stop fighting, though, for the duration of the 90 minutes. They keep pressing and kept causing problems for Burleigh at times, but eventually it wasn't to be. Matt Hilton there trying to get on the score sheet. That one unable to beat the keeper in that instance. But eventually he did, and that's why he's one of the best strikers on the Gold Coast. Chiming in with a great finish there past the Mudgeeraba goalkeeper to get his first of the evening and the third goal for Burleigh in this clash. Again, Mutch turning provider there on that one. Hilton cutting the Mudgeeraba defender quite easily there, and his left foot finish past the outstretched York, giving Burleigh a 3-0 lead. And obviously, it was probably game over at that stage, but there were still a lot of goals that the Burleigh players wanted to score. And it was Hilton, the man who scored his second, and honouring his promise to some of the vocal Burleigh supporters here. Good to see the youngsters out watching some local football, celebrating with them there in what is surely to be their highlight of the evening, getting to celebrate with one of the Premier League's best players. Again, a lot of chances still coming in the latter stages for Burleigh. Obviously, the 4-0 scoreline, Mudgeeraba sort of stopped working there at this stage as Mutch flashed one again past the post. And again, they beat the Mudgeeraba defence quite repetitively towards the end of the 90 minutes. But again, were unable to find the back of the net here in this clash as it continued to stay 4-0 in this clash. A Dave Mutch double and a Matt Hilton double doing the job for the league leaders Burleigh, who extend their lead at the top of the 2019 Gold Coast Premier League table.